At the beginning of the story, we see a ship crashing onto a deserted island. The ship belongs to a US Army soldier, and shortly after, the pilot of that ship also safely lands on the ground via parachute. But as soon as he lands, the soldier sees another ship heading toward the ground, and that ship belongs to a Japanese pilot. Now, as soon as that Japanese pilot lands on the ground, the two see each other and draw their weapons to fight, because this is the time of World War II, and at this time, a war is going on between Japan and the US. That's why they start fighting each other, and while fighting, they reach the top of a mountain. There, just as the Japanese soldier is about to kill the US soldier, suddenly they see two giant hands, and then a massive gorilla appears before them. Seeing it, both their eyes remain wide open. Now the scene shifts, and we arrive in 1973, where we see the head of the Monarch Company outside the White House, whose name is Bill, and Bill comes to a US government senator and asks for permission to go to an island. Actually, Bill had found that island which we saw the two soldiers landing on at the beginning of the story, and Bill now wants to go to that island for research. But to go to that island, Bill needed an army team and money. For this, Bill demands these things from a US senator, but the senator flatly refuses to give Bill an army team and money from the government for research, because the senator felt that this island is an ordinary island, so giving money to someone for research on that island is just wasting money. But here, Bill shows the senator some evidence and says that we might find such secrets on this island that have never been revealed to the world, and if we are the first to bring the secrets of that island to the world, we could become very wealthy. Along with this, Bill tells the senator that we need to hurry because Russia has also come to know about this island, so we have very little time. If we don't go there first, the Russian team will reach there before us and take advantage of that island. Hearing this, the senator agrees and gives Bill permission to go to that island, after which, on the senator's orders, Bill prepares an army team to take to that island, whose captain's name is Packard. Along with this, Bill includes a man in his team who is skilled at navigating, and this man's name is James. Now, after the entire team is ready, these people board a large ship and set off towards that island. All the soldiers on the ship are very happy enjoying the beautiful views of the sea, but they didn't know that their happiness would soon turn into trouble, because the island they are heading towards is extremely dangerous. Here, they also included a photographer in their team who would take photos of that island and present them to the world, and this photographer's name is Mason. Now, after traveling some distance on the ship, these people reach near that island, after which Bill calls the captain of the army team and tells him that there is a very big storm ahead. If we try to cross the storm while on the ship, we could all lose our lives. So we will leave the ship here and cross the storm via helicopter to reach this island. Having no other option, the army team's captain agrees, and then these people board several helicopters and head towards that storm. As soon as they enter the middle of the storm, strong winds are blowing there, causing their helicopters to experience severe jolts, and lightning also starts striking them. But somehow they manage to cross the storm, and after coming out of the storm, the sight that these people see leaves their eyes wide open, because in front of them was a very beautiful green island that they had never seen before. Now, after arriving on the island, these people start their work, and then they start dropping bombs on the island to find out if the ground is hollow or not. But their bombs cause massive blasts on the ground, killing many animals. However, these people didn't care about this at all, and they were all quite happy to see this. And then suddenly some unknown thing throws a large tree onto one of their helicopters, causing it to crash. Seeing this, everyone panics greatly and tries to figure out who could have uprooted such a large tree and thrown it at them, when suddenly a giant hand grabs another one of their helicopters and crushes it like a toy. And then these people see something that makes them lose their senses, because standing before them is a massive gorilla named Kong, and Kong is the king of this jungle. Now, for a while, Kong remains calm and doesn't harm anyone, as if he is telling the army, "Don't drop bombs here and I won't bother you." But the army captain takes Kong lightly and orders his team to fire at Kong, after which the army starts firing bullets at Kong from the helicopter. But the bullets don't affect Kong at all, and then Kong gets angry and attacks the helicopters, pulling several of them down to crash. Now, after crashing all the helicopters, Kong starts to leave. But here the army team's captain is watching Kong with great anger, because Kong had killed many of his comrades and left, and now all the people were scattered here and there in the jungle. Meanwhile, a team member named James, who came here to guide these people, finds some companions, and they form their own separate team and move ahead. On the other hand, the captain directly goes to Bill and points a gun at him, asking, "Tell me the truth, why did you bring us here?" Then Bill tells him the whole truth. 30 years ago, I was on a ship with my comrades. Due to losing our way, we accidentally came to this island, but then a huge monster attacked our ship, killing all my companions on board. Only I survived, and after returning, I told the government about this island, but no one believed me, and then I decided on my own to come to this island and reveal its truth to the world so people would know that there are still such giant creatures in our world that could endanger all our lives if they ever reached us. That's why I want to tell the government to be prepared for these monsters' attacks. Meanwhile, the rest of the people are moving forward in the jungle, and as soon as they reach the riverbank, they see a very large bull in front of them, which scares all of them greatly, and they quickly point their guns at the bull. But here, James tells everyone to lower their guns and explains that this bull will not harm us. Now, as soon as they lower their guns, the bull also turns and goes the other way. On the other side, the captain's team is moving through the jungle, and as soon as they enter a dense bamboo forest, suddenly a bamboo shoots straight through a soldier's mouth and comes out the other side. Now when they look up, they realize it wasn't a bamboo, but the leg of a giant joint spider, and then the spider attacks them. Now, while defending themselves, they fire many bullets at the spider, but the bullets don't affect the spider much. Then the captain tells his soldiers to attack the spider's legs. Attacking the spider's legs weakens it, and it starts to come down, and taking advantage of the opportunity, all of them fire together and finish it off. Here they realize that this is no ordinary jungle, but is full of dangerous animals of all kinds. Meanwhile, we see the other group moving forward through the jungle, and after going some distance, they reach a village, but the village is empty. And as Mason is taking photos of the village, suddenly she sees a man appear from a wall in front of her, and then more and more people come out. These are the native people of the area who have been living here for many years, and these natives surround these people from all sides. At the same time, these people also point their guns at the natives. And just as they are about to attack each other, suddenly a man with a long beard and mustache emerges from among the natives whose name is Marlowe. And Marlowe is the same man we saw falling from the ship at the beginning of the story. Marlowe has been living here with the native people for the past 28 years. Here, Marlowe comes forward and tells everyone to lower their guns. These people won't harm you, and then they listen to Marlowe. Marlowe is very happy to see all these people because he hadn't seen any human from the outside world in 28 years. On the other side, we see a soldier who has been separated from his companions, and just as he is about to drink water from the river, he hears some movement, and then suddenly Kong appears in front of him. Seeing him, the soldier gets very scared, and then Kong starts coming towards that soldier. Frightened, the soldier quickly hides behind a rock. Now here, Kong sees the soldier clearly, but Kong doesn't say anything to him. Seeing this, we understand that Kong doesn't kill anyone without reason, after which Kong sits down in the water below and looks at the wound on his arm, which was causing Kong great pain. This wound had been given to Kong by humans. Now here, as Kong is drinking water, a giant octopus, thinking Kong is weak, attacks him and completely wraps itself around Kong. But here, Kong crushes the octopus's head with his hand and then bites off one of its tentacles and eats it. After this, Kong drags the octopus away to take it as his dinner. Seeing this, that soldier understands how powerful Kong is. Meanwhile, on the other side, Marlowe brings the others near an old ship, and as soon as they enter the ship, they see that these natives have built a temple inside it where they worship. The natives have made a large painting of Kong on the stones, which they worship. Here, Marlowe explains to the group that these natives consider Kong their god because Kong protects them. If Kong weren't there, they would all be dead, because underground there are some very dangerous lizards that are always ready to take human lives. But because of Kong, those lizards cannot attack them. Along with this, Marlowe says that Kong is the last surviving specimen of his species because these lizards killed Kong's entire family. And now, out of fear of Kong, those lizards live underground. Then James asks Marlowe, "Why did Kong attack us?" To which Marlowe explains, "When you came into this island by helicopter, you dropped bombs on the ground, killing many animals. That's why Kong got angry and attacked you." Marlowe also says that your bombing caused many lizards to come out of the ground, but Kong killed all of them. If Kong hadn't killed those lizards at that time, they would have killed all of you and gone back underground. Now here, Marlowe asks James, "Why have you come here?" To which James replies, "We came here to research this island, and now we have learned the complete truth about this island. So now we must all go back. But to go back, the helicopters we had were crashed by Kong. So now we need to walk northward on this island where our ship is waiting for us." Hearing this, Marlowe says, "If you walk north, it could take many weeks to reach there, but I have a boat. However, it has some minor issues. If you can fix it, we can reach the north quickly." Hearing this, James agrees to Marlowe's suggestion, and then all these people start working on fixing the boat. Meanwhile, Mason starts taking photos of the native people, and they are very happy to see their photos in the camera, as they had never seen such a thing before. Suddenly, Mason hears the sound of something crying from the nearby river. Hearing this, Mason quickly goes there and sees a baby bull trapped under a helicopter. Seeing this, Mason tries her best to remove the helicopter, but Mason doesn't have that much strength. Just then, someone lifts the helicopter off the bull's head and frees the bull, and that someone is none other than Kong. Seeing him, Mason gets scared, but Kong doesn't say anything to her and walks away, giving her a hateful look. This makes Mason understand that Kong is angry with them because they injured him. Meanwhile, the boat is now fully ready, and Marlowe, after living with the natives for 28 years, bids them farewell for the last time and leaves with the others on the boat. On the other side, we see the soldier who had been separated from his group sitting on a cut tree stump. Suddenly, the stump starts shaking, and feeling this, the soldier quickly stands up, realizing that this is not a tree but a creature, and now that creature advances to kill the soldier. But quickly, the soldier picks up his gun and fires at the creature. However, the bullets had no effect on that creature. But still, the creature quickly hides its head and starts to leave, as it sensed an approaching danger. And now, as the soldier turns around, a giant lizard comes and swallows him alive. On the other side, the rest of the people are moving forward on the boat. Here, Marlowe tells a team member about his 28-year-old life, saying, "I have a wife and a son in this world. 28 years ago, when I was going to fight in World War II, my son was 1 year old. Now my son must have grown up. And now my last wish in life is to see my son." After traveling on the boat all night, when morning comes, they have covered quite a long distance, and luckily their radio starts working again. Then a soldier contacts the captain of the other group, and both groups learn each other's location. Here, the soldier tells the captain that they will be reaching them soon. After talking to the other team, everyone is quite happy. But then a giant bat comes and snatches up a team member, and right before their eyes, the bat tears their comrade to pieces. Seeing this, everyone is terrified, and then they move the boat forward and dock it on the riverbank. After which, they continue their journey on foot, and after going a short distance, they meet the other team, that is, the captain's team. Now, after everyone gathers, James says they need to head towards the ship. But here, the captain refuses to go back to the ship and says that he needs to go west because one of his soldiers named Chapman is there. Actually, the captain didn't know that Chapman was already dead. Now here, Marlowe tries hard to convince the captain not to go west because there are many lizards there that will kill them on sight. But the captain was not going to leave his comrade behind at any cost. So now, reluctantly, the others also start going west with the captain, and soon they arrive there, where a large open field appears before them, and in that field were many large animal skulls. Here, Marlowe tells everyone that these skulls belong to Kong's family, who were killed by the lizards. Now, as they are passing through that place, they start hearing terrifying sounds, and hearing them, they start running and quickly hide behind the skulls. Then a giant lizard comes there, and coming close to them, the lizard spits out a human skull. Seeing the name on the army badge attached to that skull, James realizes it belongs to that same soldier named Chapman, whom the captain had brought them here to find. Now here, as soon as the lizard goes to the other side, they take the opportunity and quickly start running away. But soon the lizard follows their smell and reaches there, swallowing one of their companions alive. Now everyone together starts firing at the giant lizard, but the lizard takes advantage of the fog, retreats, and hides from them. Now here, these people knew that the lizard would attack them from hiding again. So they ready themselves for the lizard's attack, and as soon as the lizard comes to attack them again, a soldier fires many bullets from a machine gun at the lizard. But the bullets have little effect, and then the lizard catches that soldier with its tongue and swallows him alive. After killing that soldier, the lizard chases after Mason, but Mason runs between the large skulls, saving herself from the lizard, and during this, fires break out, causing toxic gas bombs to explode. Due to this, toxic gas spreads everywhere, and now that giant lizard wasn't enough, suddenly bats also arrive and start attacking them. But here, James puts on a gas mask and kills several bats with his sword. Now here, seeing these people troubled by the bats, the lizard takes the opportunity and starts attacking them. But here, a soldier uses a flamethrower to rain fire on the lizard, causing it to burn and die. Now, after the lizard is destroyed, all these people gather together, and everyone decides that they now need to leave this island and head towards their ship. But the captain still doesn't agree, saying he will keep searching for his comrade. Then James shows the captain that soldier's badge, saying, "The soldier you're looking for is already dead." Hearing this, the captain has no more excuses left, and here, the captain shows his true face. Actually, the captain hadn't brought them here to find his soldier, but rather, the captain wanted to kill Kong. And here the captain says that Kong has killed many of his soldiers, so now he will take revenge for his comrades. Then everyone tries to explain to the captain that Kong is not an evil animal but is protecting them from the lizards. If you kill Kong, then the lizards will come out of the ground and kill all of us. But the captain was a very despicable person and doesn't listen to anyone. After which James decides that they are going back to the ship, and if the captain wants to go kill Kong, he can go. Now here, the group splits again, and the soldiers unwillingly have to go with their captain. Meanwhile, James's group is moving forward in the jungle. But here, they don't understand which way to go, so James and Mason decide that they will climb the mountain ahead. From the top, they will spot their ship's location. Then they start climbing the mountain, and soon they reach the top. There they can't see their ship, but suddenly Kong appears before them. Seeing him, both stand completely still like a statue, because they knew that any movement in front of Kong would mean certain death. Now here, Kong comes very close and looks at them, and Mason gathers all her courage and touches Kong's body with her hand. But Kong doesn't do anything to Mason, making her understand that Kong doesn't want to kill humans. On the other hand, the captain and his companions set a trap for Kong, pouring fuel into the river and setting it on fire. Seeing this, Kong quickly arrives there. But Kong doesn't know that this is actually a trap set for him, and as soon as Kong arrives, the captain blasts the landmines planted in the ground. This causes Kong to burn in the fire, and once again the captain angers Kong. But this time, due to burning in the fire, Kong weakens greatly and falls to the ground. Now the captain wants to plant bombs around Kong and blow him up. But before the captain can blow Kong up with bombs, James, Marlowe, and Mason arrive there, and all three hold the captain at gunpoint, telling him they won't let him kill Kong because killing Kong would be his biggest mistake. If Kong dies, the largest giant lizard living underground will come out and kill all of them. But the captain is unaffected by anyone's words. The captain tells his soldier to kill them all. But now, the captain's soldiers all turn against him because they too had realized that Kong is not their enemy, but their enemy is the giant lizard living underground. And then from the middle of the river, a massive giant lizard emerges, having sensed that Kong is now weak. Here Marlowe tells everyone this is the giant lizard that had been sleeping underground until now. Now, seeing the lizard, everyone runs away from there, but the captain doesn't run because he now wants to blow up both Kong and that lizard. And just as the captain is about to press the detonator button attached to the bombs, Kong regains consciousness and crushes the captain right there with his hand. After this, a fight begins between Kong and the lizard, and both start striking each other powerfully. Meanwhile, the others start running towards their boat. But then the lizard chases after them, and here a soldier holds 2 grenades in his hand and calls the lizard to attack him. Actually, this soldier's plan was that as soon as the lizard starts eating him, he would blow it up along with himself using the grenades. But the lizard was very clever and understood the soldier's trick, so the lizard throws the soldier away with its tail, killing him. After this, the lizard chases the rest of the people, and just as the lizard is about to kill them, Kong flies in from behind and throws a large stone at the lizard's head. Now, taking advantage of the opportunity, everyone starts running away. And here, the fight between Kong and the lizard starts again. The lizard strikes Kong on the neck, but somehow Kong frees himself from the lizard and throws it against the mountain ahead. But the lizard wasn't ready to give up and attacks Kong again. On the other side, Mason stands on a mountain peak and fires a flare gun so that the people on the ship can get their signal. Meanwhile, the fight between Kong and the lizard is still going on, and here the lizard picks up Kong and throws him onto an old ship, causing Kong to get badly tangled in chains, unable to free himself. Now the lizard advances to kill Kong, but before it can, a member of the group starts raining bullets on the lizard with a machine gun, making the lizard very angry. The lizard leaves Kong and advances to kill that soldier. Now, as soon as the lizard gets very close to that soldier, Mason fires a flare gun and shoots the lizard directly in the head, diverting its attention toward her. Meanwhile, Kong exerts all his strength and breaks those chains, then sees a fan attached to a chain and uses it as a weapon, throwing the chain-bound fan directly at the lizard, impaling it in the stomach, causing the lizard to fall. After this, Kong picks up the lizard again and throws it against a rock ahead. but due to the lizard hitting the rock, Mason falls into the water below and starts drowning. But before Mason can drown, Kong quickly reaches into the water and saves her. And just as Kong opens his hand to set Mason aside, the lizard attacks Kong from behind again. Now here, Kong was becoming weak against the lizard because having Mason in one hand forced Kong to fight the lizard with one arm. Here, the lizard tries to eat Kong's hand in which Mason was held, but Kong puts his entire hand inside the lizard's mouth and pulls out its tongue completely and cuts it off, finally killing that giant lizard. Now here, Kong very calmly opens his palm and sees that Mason is dead. Seeing this, Kong sadly places Mason aside, but then Mason's breath returns and we learn that Mason wasn't dead, just unconscious. After Mason regains consciousness, Kong turns back, looks at Mason and begins to leave. Now here, everyone boards the boat and starts heading back. At the same time, they promise each other that after leaving this island, they will never tell the government about this island, because if the government learns about Kong, they will take him for experiments. So this island should remain as it is. At the end of the movie, we see Marlowe finally reaching home after 28 years. At first, Marlowe thought his wife wouldn't recognize him, but after 28 years, as soon as she sees Marlowe, she hugs him. Also, after 28 years, Marlowe's son had grown up quite a bit, and Marlowe's wish to meet his son is also fulfilled. And with this, the story ends.